explain to us the importance of healing through vibration. So this piece was inspired by Ed, and it's called Ed Said. Ed said, the note of G, the color red, one Earth day. 23 hours and 57 minutes, all are born of the same harmony. C sharp and blue-green, one Earth year, the same. The harmony of sound and light and time and being all wavering at equal frequency. The chakra, a grounding force of connection and earth energy. The slowest vibration, an earth-toned root. The fastest, a tidal pull in and out. Ed said, the alpha wave, the awareness of you and me and the world around us, exists as an energy field. So let's get lost. Let's fall off the hook. Let's touch the vibration. Let's get held in the sound. Sound which came before music, before language. The simplicity of the echo of time, the mallet to gong, a tangible vibration, telling stories of settlement and struggle and triumph and change. Deliberate and slow, Ed said, do you hear it? The hook of tempo, can you feel it? The vibration of experience, can you see it? The reverberation lapping like waves, it's the sound of healing. So I'm going to read you one last piece and then I'll get out of your way. Before I knew that Stu, I lived with a Stu who we called Didgeridoo Stu, who played a didgeridoo down the hall from my apartment. It was very loud. He was a strange man. He didn't bathe very often. He also didn't take out his garbage, and he owned a lot of reptiles. It's a little strange. Anyway, this is a tribute to Didgeridoo Stu. I knew this guy once, Didgeridoo Stu. He was wacky. Wacky the way you should be, only after you're old or have survived a traumatic experience. When I was 17 and Stu was 19, we lived in the same apartment building, an old, run-down block of apartments above the liquor store. Stu, he lived in the apartment next door to mine. Sometimes Stu forgot to take the garbage out, and sometimes Stu forgot to shower. But sometimes Stu would invite me over for dinner. He would warm a can of creamed corn on the stove, stirring it methodically with a wooden spoon as he held a hardcover collection of Eliot's poems in the opposite hand, reading the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock in a mock English accent as the yellow juice of the corn sloshed over the edge of the pot. His shirt untucked, the hole in his sock. His sideways hair bent with grease and sleep, tapping the spoon on the edge of the stove when, measuring his life in coffee spoons, J. Alfred accepts his fate. Didgeridoo Stu would take a bow and I would clap, 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 sitting there on the floor in the middle of the linoleum in Stu's dirty, dank kitchen, trying hard not to touch too much in case it all rubbed off on my new white sweater. Stu's dad died a long time ago. Stu always told stories about telling other people about his dad. Like when he told me he told his best friend about telling his mom about missing his dad and how Stu and his best friend swung in the hammock in the backyard sun all day when they were 12. Stu cried a little when he talked about the hammock. Stu came over to borrow a pot one afternoon saying he'd bring it right back. Not quite sugar, but not quite clothing. I agreed and dug one out of the cupboard. I took the lid off as I handed it to him, and he dropped his pet snake right into it. Stu had a skeleton key to the building. He would let himself into people's apartments while they were at work and just sit for a while. He would listen to their music and try on their shoes and sample the food in the fridge and sit on the couch and pretend to be them. After work, at least he'd knock before trying the key.